Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn history of class 6. The chapter 5, different way of life. Let's start with the Aryan settlement. Iran migrated in 1500 BCE, belonging to Central Asia, migrated to different parts of the world. The migration was probably because the petrol lands of Central Asia became dry and barren, or there was an increase in population. The group which came to India, called the Indo-Aryan, came through the Hindu Kush mountains. They have very limited knowledge about the agriculture. After their arrival, Aryan settled in the region of declining Indus Valley, which is around the river Indus of Punjab. This is proved by the fact that river Kumman, Kabul, and other western tributaries of Indus are mentioned in the Rig Vedas. They brought with them horses and chariots. They subjugated the original inhabitants of the Ganga Yamuna Dove and reduced them to status of slaves or dasyu, who performed all the menial jobs like cleaning, washing, etc. As you can see in this map, it is Harappa, it is Mohenjo-daro, Hindu Kush. This is the mountain from where Aryan is invaded in India, and they lived in this side of this part of our country. Let's see what are the sources through which we know the culture of Aryans. There are two types of sources, that is literary sources and archaeological sources. Let's start with the literary sources. The main source for this period are the Vedas, namely Rig Veda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, and Yajurveda. What is Rig Veda? Rig Veda is basically consists of 1028 hymns. The Samaveda is mostly rearrangement of the Rig Veda for a musical rendering, whereas Yajurveda comprises sacrificial prayer and Atharvaveda comprises charms, incantation, or the recitation of words or sound believed to have magical effect. Brahmas. The Brahmas are those who recite Shabdapatha Brahmas of the Yajurveda, who mention these texts describe the sacrifice in the which of hymn mentioned in the Vedas were to be used. They also explain the meaning of various sacrificial rituals. Other theoretical works are the Aryankas and the Upanishad. They are the spiritual interpretation of the Vedas and are assumed to be their concluding portion. Archaeological sources. There are a lot of archaeological sources like pottery, relics, agricultural implements. Pottery. The most important archaeological sources is pottery, which has been found at various places associated with the Aryan. Unearthed relics provided information about the Aryans and their religious and social belief. Remains of Vedic age pottery excavation in the Ganga Valley has been termed as painted grey, where in about 3000 BCE, people started making iron tools in West Asia. Iron was harder than the copper and bronze, so many agricultural implements were such as sickle, shovels, spades, and plowshares were made of iron. Life of the people. People will live political. There are a political life, social life, family, economy, dress, religious, education. We are going to discuss these topics one by one later in this video. Let's start with political life. The Aryan basically lived in a tribal settlement. Each tribal have many villages under it. The community was referred to as Jana, and the small kingdom that they performed were known as Janpad. A village or grama was the smallest unit. The tribes elected a king called Rajna who protects the tribe from external attack and look after laws and orders within the village. He was assisted by the Senani, or we can say commander of force, and the Purohit, which is also known as a priest, Graman. They are the head of the village. He conducted the two assemblies, which is called Sabha and Samiti, on the advice of king on important matters such as war. The Sabha comprises some elected people from the village, while the Samiti comprises all the villagers. Later, the king used the title as Samrat or Maharaja Dhiraj. He performed the Rajasyu sacrifice and the Ashwamedha Yajna to exhibit his power. Let's see the social life. First, we will see the head of the Jana. Let's see the social life. Basically, the Aryan society was divided into four groups based on occupation. Now, these groups were called Varnas. They are Brahmins, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Brahmins are the priests and teachers who perform religious ceremony, whereas Kshatriya are the warrior who fought to protect the people. Vaishya are the farmers, craftsmen, shopkeepers, and traders. Whereas Shudras are those who do the ingenious work, such as they do cleaning, sweeping, disposing of dead bodies, etc. Move on to the family. Basically, Aryan lived in a patriarchal joint family. The male head of family took all decisions. They were supposed to serve their male relatives. However, women also held in great respect and were allowed to participate in all religious ceremony. There is no restriction on marriage between social groups. Music, dancing, chariot dancing, gambling, and the game of dice were the chief source of recreation, or they entertained themselves. Let's move on to the topic of economy. The main occupations of Aryans were hunting, pottery, spinning, weaving, carpentry, metalwork, and leatherwork. The main crops of them were barley, wheat, rice, fruit, and vegetables, whereas they domesticated the animals like cows, horse, dogs, sheep, goats, and oxen. They consider cow as a sacred one. Apart from agriculture, craft also developed during the later Vedic age. The expertise in weaving, leatherwork, pottery, jewelry designing, and carpentry improved. Next topic was dress. Basically, Aryans, or we can say during Vedic period, men wear dhotis and turbans. As you can see in this picture, these are the men who can wear dhotis and turbans. This is the dhoti, and you can see above it is turban. Whereas women wore the sari. They wore silver and gold jewelry, or we can see ornament also. Religious. The main objects of worship were the devas and gods. The god of the early Vedic age were mostly males and were mainly connected with the sky. Aryan worship the gods like Indra, Varuna, Prithvi, Aditi, Usha, Ratri, Aryani. Later, they also worship Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the protector, and the Shiva, the destroyer. Ritual and sacrifices become very complex and were performed elaborately. Special occasions such as the birth of a child or a marriage were celebrated with lavish ceremonies. Next topic is education. The system of education prevalent among the Aryans were called the Gurukul system. The teacher or the guru lived in the ashram, which was often isolated within a forest. Once accepted by the guru, the student or the brahmachari lived in the ashram with the teachers. The guru taught the student, who in return served his teacher and helped out with the household task. Basically, at that time, Sanskrit we use today originated in Vedic period. To a large extent, most of the Indian language trace their origin to the Sanskrit only. Chalcolithic culture. Chalcolithic culture emerged in the Deccan, Northeast India and Kashmir. It was non-urban, non-Harappan culture which came up across 2000 BCE and was gradually taken over by Iron Age. The Chalcolithic people knew fire, made house of mud, performed fire worship and lived in cluster. Many fire altars have been excavated in Chalcolithic sites like Chandoli in Maharashtra. They also buried their dead in proper manner along with various objects. Rich people were buried with diverse and various objects and poor were buried with few simple objects. Megalithic Megalithic burial. Let's understand what is the meaning of megalithic first. Basically, megalithic means big or large stone. Megalithic is a grave or a memorial for dead people. Megalithic therefore means a big or large stone. Many tribes of India have built various megalithic structures since Neolithic or Chalcolithic ages. The megalithic were burial in graveyard away from the area where people lived. Megalithic have various shapes and forms. These shapes and forms may have been used by different tribes for dead people according to their hierarchy or importance or to show different causes of death. That's all for today. Have a good day. Have a nice day.